Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to the commentary show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this 4th July 2025. Today we're going to be doing a review of Squid Game. We've been watching a lot of the second season today, so it feels good to be talking about it. I am at season 6 season 3 episode 6, which means that are we halfway there? I feel like we're halfway. Oh, guess what? Season 3 is a bit shorter. Okay. So season 3 being only 6 episodes means that we're 15 episodes in out of 24. It's a bit more than half. When I say a bit more, I say a lot more. 3 out of 24. 24, can you do some for me? I don't know. You guys are gonna be like, oh, I'm more of a Kendrick guy, I'm more of a Drake guy, I'm more of a metal guy, so I don't give a fuck. However, if I had to choose, I'm gonna do a solid for my boy Chow. And my boy Chow is more of a Kendrick fan, so we're gonna go with role model from Kendrick Lamar. We have season 1, episode 7, and I mentioned VIPs, ladies and gentlemen. Good news. This is the last video I'm gonna do today. So yeah, we have 40 minutes, which is great. We're going to be doing 45 minutes of videos at 42%, so it's going to be a question of the batteries. However, what I sometimes do is I allow it to go down, and it would be a really cool thing. It's funny because we watched a lot of season 2 today. There's a lot of difference when it comes to the to the show because of the people. It just goes to show how important the group is. So the first thing is we see the girl with the cigarettes, the one that was nobody chose, right? And they're like, okay, well, fuck it, you're not super important. Now we have the front men who figure out that somebody has come into the place and has figured out there's a spy in there. Now, what is actually pretty freaking cool is a couple of things. So the first thing is, if the game went perfectly okay, then it wouldn't be shit. Already mosquito. I got you, motherfucker. If the game was going perfectly okay, then it wouldn't be like, oh my god, this is a problem. However, we saw that there was a problem with some of the players, some of the guards, so it was bad, and he killed them. Is there a rebellion? Is there something wrong? I'm not really sure. By the way, I had something today. We did the first part of our, well, sorry if I'm eating, we just did a 4 hours and a half stream of Elden Ring, and it was amazing, but I'm hungry. We said that I wasn't sure if the games were involved with the organ transplant. It was, because in season 2 they're the same thing. So yeah, so I don't know why I said that. Well, I don't know exactly why I said that. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't watch season 1. I watched it 3 times, and then when I went to recap for season 3, I saw that season 2. So this is what I mean. So the girl, the cigarette is, it's actually really nice because she is saved, right? Now Ji-yoon, he's starting to be more doubtful. So with the people, less and less people that are in the game, you guys are gonna have to do something really quickly. There's a really cool moment when you're like, okay, well, we're not all gonna make it. Some of us are gonna die. And then we got his best friend. And he's thinking about his best friend and how smart he is, and he's like, I wonder if he thinks about the same thing. And I wonder how long he's been thinking about the same thing. I'm telling you right now, season 2 characters are completely different. Season 1 is about survival. Season 2 is about, okay, well, I want the most people out of it come with survive. Now, there's another cool thing that happened in season 2. Um, there's a lot more of a unity between the players. So, in season 1, I would say it's the Squid Game that are the star. I got you. Season 2 is more so about, hey, like, are we playing the game or we're not playing the game? Now the coolest thing with season 2 is every single game they put more money, so you can choose to leave and choose to stay. Now season 7, there's people that are cracking under the pressure, and like, holy shit, what are we doing? What is the problem here? What are we up for? And then the best friend is like, okay, calm down. The name of the episode is VIP, and we're seeing that the VIP are coming in. Now the problem with that is it kind of doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you watch the whole Squid Game? And with the second season, we learn exactly how much time has passed. So between the first season and the second season, there's 3 years. So you would think that with the 3 years, it's kind of crazy because they would miss it for what? There's another night now. People aren't sleeping. What is kind of cool is we have somewhat of a retelling of what's going on. So, for example, he sees it in a certain fashion. The VIP comes in and are like, okay, well, what's going on? My problem is VIP would have been such a good thing. It would have been such a good add to the show to begin with. There's a mosquito in my hair. So now with the police, now that's the kind of craziest thing. I don't know if you guys play the game Hitman. So in Hitman, see, he's right here. There you go. I didn't kill him, but in Hitman you can wear a costume and they won't find you. But if you kill too many people with one costume, they'll find you. So with the police, it's like, okay, well, he's thinking that maybe one of the guy in red is a traitor. What he does is he does a second place, and then the second place is what? The second place is you gotta serve the VIP himself. Now here is a crazy thing. The guards are bringing literal body, and where they live. So now there's 16 players left. Guys, remember that we started with 456. So it's a lot less. Now, as I mentioned, kind of the cool thing here is you have a lot of red hats. So I don't think it would be possible for a show to have 456 players with an explanation of who they are, with a character, with some lines, A lot of them are extras, right? Now, out of the 16, how many of them are extra, right? There's not a lot of them. We just saw one guy got freaking out, and then you can say, okay, well, he's gonna die because they just gave him a another show. They're gonna do that. They're gonna make these characters. They're gonna give him a redemption, like, oh, this character is actually really cool, and they'll kill it. The show that did that the most was possibly Walking Dead. Walking Dead would make for example, we had the nurse Denise. Denise was a character since bunch of seasons actually, and then the last episode was about her. It was kind of cool. Now we're seeing the VIP, and with the VIP, what is super interesting is how much of a piece of shit they are. How much of a piece of shit they are, and they have. You can see that they have a small. I wouldn't say gathering, but they have a small example of the next trial. So next trial is 2 classes. One of them will hold your weight, one of them won't hold your weight. And that's pretty much it. So they go in. Now, the coolest thing is they ask, and this is a really important moment. So Ji-hoon, which is the main character once again, is questioning his humanity. He says, dude, there's many people that killed. I didn't kill people, but because of I'm still alive, a lot of people have died. So he starts to feel guilty. And then what they do is they're telling you, choose one of the vests. The vests are number 1 to 5. So what's going to happen with the vests is it's going to be your order. So the first one is the first one to jump, and the 5th one is the last one to jump. Now, the coolest thing is Ji-hoon is the last one to choose. So he only has 2 vests left. Now, he's going to go to the first one. Somebody stop him and say, please, dude, can I get the first one? Please, bro. Please, bro. And Jihoon was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Get the first one. So by doing this, the first one was the one to jump, but it would have been the first one to jump, Jihoon. So it's kind of crazy because you could have made a murderer. You could have forced the main character to kill people. Like, listen, this is Squid Game. You gotta kill people. However, you can also make a character that has a bunch of people die because of his action. And then what do you get? You get a syndrome of survivor, which means why did I survive? Why did other people don't survive? And also, what is really cool with Squid Game, I'm calling it calamari game a lot because in French it's just calamar. It's calamar. Calamar is calamari in English. So what is cool is you showed Jihoon as being a piece of shit. You showed Jihoon as not being the smartest guy. You showed Jihoon as not being the most reliable guy. Like he's not there for his daughter. His mother has to help him. So you don't make him the most valuable player. You make him he's there. He's there. Jihoon and most show would be an extra. I'm looking because it's mosquito. If you see my legs, guys, oof. Yeah, we got destroyed. On the arms I can see them right away, but on the legs I don't feel them. I don't know why. I feel my leg, but not the bite. So with Jihoon, the fact that he's surviving, like, yo, this guy was smarter than me. Yo, this guy was better than me. And at the same time, in last episode, you made Jihoon lose a game versus the old man, but because the old man gave him a way out through faking Alzheimer, then Jihoon's like, okay, well, guess what? I have to kill you. It's either you or me, and he made the choice of saving himself. So, directly speaking, he would feel bad about this, but this is one person versus all of the other games. Right now, we had the Dagon game. We have green light, red light. We had the tug of war. We were 466. There's 16 people left, so 440 people died. Now, directly because of his action, one person died. But ultimately speaking, he survived while more than 80% of the population died. So he started to feel guilty. So there's 1 to 6. 1 to 7. I think actually 1 to 16. So now the VIPs are there. And I gotta say, their commenting is actually really nice. One of this show, and I know we're going far with this one. We're gonna go in for a fucking good song. Okay. I think we understood. So, we're gonna go far with this one, but I want to take him back at Hunger Games. And even with the Hunger Games, you had people commenting on the Hunger Game. So the VIP commenting is actually quite nice because the frontman, narratively speaking, makes sense. But he's not very involved with the game. He's involved with them going nicely. But the VIP would commenting, and I like this guy. Oh, let's see what this guy does. It's kind of nice. And I think this is kind of powerful because not having the VIP at the beginning, she's making the drug. She's making the dog. She's making the dog nervous. And when the dog barks, they're laughing. Fucking dumbass. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Thank you, Lord.
I don't know. The fact that we didn't have the VIP before, we didn't really have a commentary, and we're just following the story. Now, technically speaking, and depending on the viewer also, if the viewer is very opinionated, they're gonna see a game and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe this guy died. Okay, I like this guy. But most people are just gonna watch the show and they're gonna like, oh, I wonder how this ends. I wonder who's gonna survive, right? So it is kind of cool that we have the VIP and they're kind of not necessarily forcing their opinion, but they're voicing their opinion. And now it's not about you surviving or you viewing. It's about you listening to an opinion and forming an opinion to answer this opinion. So what he said was it okay. And then at the very core, this is actually quite nice because at the very core, the VIP are wrong. They're partaking in a game that's very, very negative. But at the same time, the whole game is wrong. The whole principle of Squid Game is wrong. So where do you, I guess, where do you, it's tough. Where do you put the line in the sand? This I can accept, this I cannot accept, right? And even then, you're like 456 people. I don't think that anybody's like, some of them you didn't even know. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe one person died. 440 people died, you know? So we're going in, and then we're seeing the 17, and Jimmy wants to go for the first one. And then, what is really nice here is the only reason Ji-hoon goes for the first one is because he goes in last. So because he regrets killing the old man, or having the old man dying because of him, he doesn't choose. And because he doesn't choose, he ends up having the last choice. And the last choice, what happened? Well, that fucks him over. So the VIP kind of tell you what is the game, and you got some of them that are quite vocal, and that are less vocal. That's actually pretty nice. But the worst thing is, like, the front men, even then, kind of keep his distance. So he doesn't feel like a VIP, right? So that's pretty much it. So now it's the game, it's the class, and Jiwon's like, oh my god, it saved my life. You know? So it's kind of crazy. It is kind of nice. Now, this is the important part. The VIP, this one tells the cops, like, listen, you're gonna be my bitch. You're gonna be my bitch, you're gonna suck my cock if I tell you to suck my cock. And why is that important? Well, because he's the reason why the cops are gonna have so much information. That's kind of cool. Now he doesn't know. The gangster's like, yo, you better do good. So now, the cool thing with this is the first one leads the way. So the first one is gonna jump on, and he's gonna jump one. If it breaks, it breaks. If it doesn't break, it doesn't break. The best the first one does, the better it is. If he's very, very, very lucky, he's gonna be at the very end, and he's gonna win. It's gonna end, and because he's the first, he could be the winner. But at the same time, he's taking the more risk. So risk and rewards, I guess. And the 16, which is the person that takes the less risk, is the less likely to win or survive. Now, what happened is there's more than one survivor. So even if you're 16, you can survive. But if it was the last game, Jiwon would lose. So yeah, so we just have people jumping, and then it's a question of where should I go? Where should I go? You know, trying to help each other. And what is really cool is there's this girl, and she see that she can see the reflection of the glass. So because of that, she says that she can see what people where they should jump. Right? So now you do get what should we do? The first one refuses to jump. They're like, okay, well, I'm not gonna jump. And then it's finally our boy Jiwon time, but then he only has to follow. Now, the coolest thing is, the smart guy was like, I'm not gonna choose the first one. I'm not gonna choose the second one. I'm gonna choose the fourth or the fifth one. Now, when I'm in the middle, VIP is going down. VIP is getting naked, and he asks the cops to suck his dick. Cops get out with a gun. It's like, fuck you, which I really enjoyed, because again, if somebody's forcing you to suck their dick, you should put a gun on them. The plastic gun, of course, is a show. So yeah, it's kind of fucking funny. And the first thing he does, the cop, which is really smart, he takes a picture. And he's like, yo, what are you gonna do? Right? Now we have the gangster and the girl with the cigarettes. She takes her revenge. Now, if I would dislike the character of the girl with the cigarettes a bit more, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that she is taking her revenge. I wouldn't mind. But at the same time, we don't like her. Right? So that's pretty much it. Now we have the continuation of the game. We have Street Survivor. You know what I should have done? I should have said like the MVP is number X, because they have Korean name, and because I'm Canadian, Korean names are quite, I wouldn't say strange, but they're quite unique. They're quite exotic, so they're a bit hard to remember, right? I used to do, oh my god, I used to do multiple anime, and I couldn't get the name at all. Now, the craziest thing is, Ji-hoon, there's only one glasses left. And Ji-hoon still have this little pearl from the previous game. It's like throw the pearl. If it's break, it break. If it doesn't break, then the ground is solid. And this is how they're doing what they're doing, right? Which is kind of cool. I absolutely love the fact that we have the game and we have the VIP. It's super important. Super, super, super important. Everybody gets hurt because the glass kind of breaks, and they get pieces of the glass on them. Now they know that one person is a villain because what they're doing is they're watching the VIP. The VIP doesn't come back. So the cops, you kind of have a suit to breathe underwater. Now the VIP goes out. So one thing that they did that was really cool was that the front man was the one that took everything. People working at Squid Game, the people with the mask, they couldn't kill each other. However, the front man could. But that he's the only one that could. When there's somebody that goes rogue, it's just a buddy that does a rebellion. And the one that take care of him is the VIP. You're right, absolutely, good job. Now we have season 1, episode 8, leader. So now we have a lot less people. We still have to see who is behind him. Now the greatest thing that happened is the cops still have his phone. The phone contains some notes, it contains pictures of the VIP, and he checks them, and he has signal. So technically speaking, he could send a message. The signal is not great. So what he does is like, okay, well, guess what? Well, the signal is not great. I'm gonna go on the upper floor. So it's kind of like a suicide mission. What he has to do is, as long as he sends the video or the photos, he doesn't care, right? Now we have 3 survivors. The 3 that we like Jiyeon. There's Jiyeon's best friend, and there's a young girl. So the 3 that made it. Remember that Ali died in the small thing game, and the old man died in a small thing game. Now this is the greatest fucking thing. Jiyeon and his best friend, Mr. 208, gets into a fight because the number 208 kind of outsmarted one of the player, and because he outsmarted one of the player, he got him to sacrifice himself so that the rest of the people could pass. And Jiyeon's like, yo, do you know what you did? You just killed somebody. He's like, don't you understand? Only one of us is gonna live. So then you kind of see him as a villain, but he's not a villain. He's a guy that does what it needs to be done. You know? One of the shows that really changed my life was Walking Dead. Taught me a lot about TV. And yeah. So he's just like, okay, well, you're dumb because you don't know that people have to die. It's like, no, there's a way for everybody to keep alive. So 3 people, once again. Now there's a young girl, there's this guy, and there's Jiyeon. Now, I don't know if you remember, but the young girl had a knife. So technically speaking, she has an advantage. However, this advantage is null. Why? Because the next meal they're gonna do is gonna be a steak. Now they have a knife and they have a fork. Now the funny thing is, the guy with the glasses, the smart guy, takes a knife. And then the guards that are picking up the food and the plate and the leftover, he's not like, yo, where's the knife? He's just like, okay, no problem. No problem. These are fucking good. So fucking good. Look on the list. The players. Now the truth is, the girl is really, really wounded. You can see that she had a piece of glass that went in and perforated her kidney. Now, I don't know if we didn't see. This also is narratively interesting. We never saw somebody really, really hurt. So we don't know if they can ask for medical assistance. We don't know if they're asking for what's up. And now, what she's afraid of is that if you tell the guards and the people no. So, kind of complex. There's 1 game left. And 3 people left. Now, what I mean good is there were 4 people. 1-1-1-1. But now that there's only 3 people, there's one too many, right? One too many. Also, what I have to specify is there's never a mention, there's never a truth to see if the young girl would kill people. It's not said, we don't know. So would she kill people? I don't know. What if it had? Because the first one, June, wouldn't kill. The girl wouldn't kill. She would kill. The cop finally got signal and calls, and he's able to send text, which is super important. Once again, we have a extremely good dinner. They have suits. Now the cool thing is they're at the opposites. They kind of talk. So the whole meal is about, okay, what is this guy thinking? What is this guy thinking? What is this guy thinking? Again, a nice piece of steak, and you see the knife, right? And at the same time, what is really cool is the 2 dudes are eating like madmen, and they're really eating because they want to get as strong as possible. Does eating food makes you stronger? No. Being hungry will make you weaker. So now the problem is the girl, she didn't eat. This is proof that she was very very damaged. The cop is facing one-on-one the VIP, and the cool thing here is that the people in red, they all have like machine gun. They all have SMGs or submachine gun. So they're shooting and shooting and shooting. But the VIP is like, no, I'll take care of it. And the VIP has 1 gun. Now, narratively speaking, what is really cool is we learn that it's his brother. It's his brother. The frontman is his brother. So you guys knew because I told you. What is even cooler is as viewer we know. So in the second season, the frontman, which is this guy, happens in the game, right? Now we know for a fact. Now I'm not gonna tell you why he appears in the game, but he appears in the game. So the fact that he's there is super interesting. And then the brother's like, join me. The cop's like, fuck no. So the brothers shoot him. The cops survive. Little spoiler. So people have a knife. Now this is super cool. This is really, really fucking cool. There are 3 people left, right, in this night. So you guys know that at night, people tend to die in the Squid Game. So Ji-hoon, who sees a young girl, is like, yo, what's up with you? Are you injured? And then the first thing that she does, she shows her knife. She's like, fuck you. Like, I'm not here to hurt you. And then they kind of band together against the men. So it's really like drawing a line in the sand. You're an asshole and I hate you. That's pretty much it. So they're talking about what they're gonna do with the money. They're talking about what they're gonna do if they survive. Gonna tell, like, the girl's like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. And the funny thing is, at the end of the night, the best friend killed the girl. So she's like, Ji-hoon is like, yo, fuck. There you go. You killed her. And then they fight. And Ji-hoon is finally like, yo, I'll fuck you up. But then when Ji-hoon said, I'll fuck you up, the guards intervene. He intervened. Now this is what's really fucking cool. He gets shot and you see the brother. So the story behind the frontman is he used to be a player. And then he became something. Now, the funny thing about the salesman, which is in season 2, is that he was also a player. So most of the people that are winning ends up working for the Squid Game. Now, season 1, episode 9. So, chances. The cool thing is we start right away with the game. It's a game of calamari, which is possibly a Korean game. I don't know what it is. You get the VIP, you get the frontman. We're talking about who do you think is going to win. Everybody says that 218 is going to win, which is the best friend. And nobody says Ji-hoon's going to win. The funny thing is, Ji-hoon and him used to play this game together, right? And that is pretty much it. So it's raining, which adds to the dramatic effect. But it's weird because they're not really playing, they're not really going to fight. They both have their knife, and they're both going to fight. Now, the cool thing is, the 218 uses his vest, because they have like a dress vest, as a defensive mechanism. So when for example, when you come to slash, well, it's not going to be on your arm. You're still going to get cut, but less. Then they started fighting, and then they started to kill each other. Ji-hoon, of course, loses because he's not willing to go all the way to the end. And the 218's like, yo, I'm done with you. I'm gonna kill you. But Ji-hoon survives. Ji-hoon survives, and then he starts fucking the other guy up. And that's when he wins. Right? And the coolest thing that he did at the end is he doesn't kill 218. He doesn't kill him. He's just like, yo, I'm not gonna play your games. So then the guard comes in the back and kills him. Right? And Ji-hoon's like, no, don't kill him. He lost, but I don't want him dead. Right? And the sad thing is that at the end, Ji-hoon cries and he really helps him out. It's like, yo, I don't want you to die, right? And then the friend is like, okay, well, guess what? I lost. No matter if you don't want to, I've lost. So then we got the prize, which is 45.6 billion yen, which I don't know how much it is in Canadian money. The frontman goes back and with Ji-hoon. Now, this is super, super important because Ji-hoon will hear his voice. So then Ji-hoon, what he does, what is really, really cool, is like, okay, well, your games are fucking horrible. Why did you do that? Ji-hoon wins, and his first reaction was like, why did you do that? Why do these games exist? Why are we doing this? And it's funny because the frontman won't say anything. It's like, oh, you won, you should be happy. But then, am I still uploading? Shit, I'm not uploading. I'll be right back.